Hi everybody, and welcome back for our drawing classes. This is the second in a series that you can watch them in any order you like really. I'm Jackie Smurden and this is Dunnock Studio. Back to our drawing sketchbook, inexpensive. I've got a 3B pencil and I've got a B pencil just in case I want to go on finer lines. I will have a look for you on the next video for some different grades of pencils, but today's class is really just about trying not to do this. So I want to draw a circle, be really careful because oh, it's gone wobbly, oh dear. Right, I did it. But if you're looking at that, does it really inspire you? It could work as a picture, couldn't it? Going back to the orange idea, we could have some leaves coming off here somewhere, maybe with a turn on them, a stem. And then, like we did before, you could have some stippling and connect that to some circulism or doodling or scumbling, whatever you want to call that, sort of scribbly marks. But there is another way to draw shapes. So if I start off with, let's turn this around, if I start off with something easy like a square. Now again, if I try and draw the square absolutely accurately, whoop, and this is where you tend to go and grab this and then you think, oh, that's not right, and you're probably pressing too hard so you can't quite get rid of the first line. What you see people who are learning to draw is that they do this a lot, rubbing out to get the shape right. Now there's nothing wrong with that. Please don't worry if that's how you feel comfortable. Please do use your eraser. However, the different way of drawing these shapes. Remember on the first lesson we freed up our hatching marks. So just going to start feeling my way, keeping my hand parallel. You see I'm doing light marks here. And then, like we did before, let's turn the sketchbook to help us so we don't have to work too hard. Just feeling my way. Where is that square? Oh, there it is. Now, because of the natural movement of my arm, you can see there's an arc there. So then I can start feeling my way down that to straighten that. And it doesn't matter how many lines you create. Feel your way into the shape, and then if you need to, turn your book round, make life easier. So I can now see that that's very curved. So as I get the shape correct, I can start to press a little bit harder, a little bit more precise with my marks. But I haven't done that until I'm happy with the shape that's appearing. So I'm not doing this as a mathematical perfect square by any means. But I'm now feeling my way around this. You can watch 100 different videos on drawing, but until you start doing it and practicing and getting a feel for it, I've said a feel for this quite a few times, haven't I? Once you get going, it starts to make more sense. So please pick up your pencils. So I'm quite happy with that square. So if I compare the two, well, yeah, that's a square and that's a square, but I'm more interested in this square. There's more going on, and I could develop that into a cube, which would be really scary. We won't do that on this video. Now, circles. So a circle is the same thing. Feel your way. Your natural handwriting is like this. If you can write a letter or a word, you can draw. And if you look in the history of our languages, our symbols for letters all came from original drawings of things. So if you can write, you will be able to draw. And if you can't write, that's fine too. You will be able to make marks and create your own stories of the world. So here we are, I'm doing exactly the same thing as a square. I'm feeling my way around the circle. And as I'm getting more confident with the shape, start to go a little bit deeper. And again, this might be the point where you get your eraser and start rubbing out the ones that are wrong. But you don't have to. Lots of our masterpiece paintings have got drawings underneath them. And the story of the drawing is left in so that people can see how it evolved. Lots of paintings have got old drawings underneath and nothing to do with the painting on top. So artists change their minds. So that's not bad. I quite like that. Again, it's visually, to me, more interesting than an outside line that I've tried very carefully to get right. And the last lesson for today is, how do I draw a circle with straight lines? Aha, I hear you say. You can't. Well, you might have already worked out how. You absolutely can. So let's have a go. So remember, light, free lines. Keep them straight. We're doing a little test here, aren't we? Keep those lines light. I haven't sharpened my pencil. For some reason, I actually prefer my pencils to be slightly blunt as I work. That's because it doesn't give such a harsh mark. This is still a 3B, so theoretically I could go harder. I could go to an HB and it would leave an even finer line, but those lines tend to be quite harsh. So this is my first go round this circle with straight lines, and I'm feeling my way, so I have no idea if I'm anywhere near a circle or not. You get the idea. And as I go round, I can then work out, oh yes, well that's a bit too far over. So I can start to keep going round, feeling my way around this circle that is magically appearing out of straight lines. Who knew? Guess what, guys? We're not drawing the circle, are we? We are drawing the space around it. We're essentially shading in the background. Will this be a perfect geometric circle? Absolutely not. Is that what we want? Well, no, not really. I'm sketching and drawing. I am not trying to create perfect shapes. However, as I start to get a little bit more depth into this, I can see where my shape's not quite right. Or wouldn't it be so tempting to get something like this, for instance, and just, no, I won't do it. So you can if you want to. But now, why am I teaching you this? Well, I'm teaching you this because instead of doing one solid line around anything you draw, try and do this. Feel your way around the picture with light, gentle, quick lines. Don't think about it too much, and you will be surprised how much looser your drawings and all your art will become, because you're not tight and trying to get it perfect. There's a video I have called The Art, well, it's not called The Art Police, it's got The Art Police in it. And never think for 1 minute that what you do, anybody else is judging. It's your art, your way. So please ignore any naysayers that are telling you it's wrong, because you're working it out yourself. This is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to finesse my circle. holding my pencil a little bit further away from the end as I'm just trying to get that mark. Have I used any curves yet, guys? No, this is all straight lines. This is a really good exercise. You can do this on any shape you like. Try and get that shape to pop out. Now you can see I went in too far there, so as I put these lines now to redefine it, I'm going to, by the very nature of hatching over them again, we're making them stronger and darker. So that one starts to disappear anyway. Now I'm quite confident about my circle now. So now I can really start to deepen some of these lines. I'm still not doing that, I'm just short, sharp, and straight away you start to get a much more definite shape purely by going over and over, hatching, creating depth. There we go. Straight, straight, straight. Just taking off, putting on, but I haven't yet reached for that eraser because these deep lines are making the edge much more obvious. Now, going back to what we talked about before, this is an edge because that is different to that. It's a very defined difference. That is very light and that is very dark. This is very complicated, as in there's lots of marks, and this is very plain. So we've got differences there. We've got light and dark, and we've got stuff and we've got no stuff. So immediately there a line will appear visually, which is a circle, but we haven't drawn the circle, we've just drawn around it. This is what you would call negative drawing or negative painting. You can use this in painting as well. So I can hear some of you who would really want to get this. So for the sake of you guys who really feel more comfortable doing this, let me just take that off on the inside here very gently, because whatever you're working on, whether it's a painting or a drawing, you don't want to take the surface away harshly. I'm not going to touch anymore. So for those of you that was annoying you, it's gone now. So there you go, you can draw a circle with straight lines. Why not give it a go? Loosen up your pencil strokes, try not to be too rigid and tight. Create some shapes, try all the shapes you can think of. So you can do circles, squares, triangles, diamonds, stars. Eggs are really, really good to do. We'll have a go at eggs on another video. And then you've got a different star, and then you can draw the crescent moon. That's a really good one to get your feel for it. So you can see none of these are direct lines, they've all been created with deepening and deepening marks like we've just done until the shape feels right. So give it a go. I hope you enjoyed getting your pencils out. Again, do not worry if you haven't got the right drawing pencils, just use what you have. There have been many artists that if you Google them, you can find them, who draw with biro pens, anything they've got available really. For those of you who watch landscape artists, we had one recently where the gentleman sat there and drew with biros. He had a whole stack of them. So just because you haven't got the correct drawing pencil does not mean to say you can't draw. So please just grab whatever you've got. If you want any particular advice on pencils and drawing pens, etc., please drop a comment below and I'll do my very best to answer it. I'll see you all on the next video. Happy drawing, take care, and bye for now.